Okay, what is up guys, me Dark Iron Blue, here with part 2.5 of whatever Naruto is the 5th Hokage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is part 2.5, if I'm correct. Yes, this is part 2.5, because look, yeah, chapter 2, this is part 2.5, definitely. Hold up. Okay, now look at, no. Okay, I'm just gonna be reading this. Hiyashi nodded. Yes, might I say, you act just like she did. Down to the verbal tick. Though she said believe me instead of believe it. We were not particularly close, and as I found her somewhat irritating. We got along well enough. I should have realized you were a child, but certain things were withheld from us that made me ignorant of the fact. Ignoring of the fact. Sasuke nodded in sympathy to Hiyashi's plight of an annoying teammate. Naruto was more curious about his mother. Really? Like me? What does she look like? Hiyashi gave a gentle smile despite himself. He was giving Kid memories about his mother, something he previously had done for his youngest daughter, Hanabi, when she asked about her mother 2 years ago. Well, even I will admit she was a beautiful woman with long red hair and striking purple eyes. Your personality is just like your mother. Your looks are not. Naruto sort of laughed. So you're saying that I look like my dad? Hiyashi gave a slight nod. Correct. So who was he? Naruto asked, not realizing the tension in the room. Even Sasuke was curious. Hiyashi turned to Dry. I believe this is for you to answer. Naruto quickly turned to his second sensei. So who was he? Was he an awesome hero or what? Normally Sasuke would make a joke here, but he had a feeling he was actually a hero. If it was kept secret or a criminal. But for some reason, the way a lot of people were sucking up to Naruto, he was sure it was a hero. He doubted a son of a criminal that had to be kept a secret would be voted Hokage, which he still thought was bullshit, but it was happening apparently. The Dobie, seriously? Dry side, your father, Naruto, was my prize student, Namikaze Minato, the Yandaime Hokage. Sasuke's jaw dropped. The Dobie was the son of the Hokage? What the fuck? The son of the Hokage? The son of a Hokage? The Dobie was the son of a Hokage? What the fuck? The son of a Hokage? No wonder he thinks he could be Hokage. They think he could be Hokage if he was anything like his father. But he wasn't. He quickly remembered how the Hyuga head had explained it. He was like his mother, but he doubted he was eternally like his mother. So maybe Naruto, on the other hand, was shocked that his idol, the man he strived to be better than, was his father. He was the son of a Hokage. His father was a hero. His father was a great man. His father sealed the Kyuubi inside of him. That thought triggered something in Naruto as he began to get angry. His father made him live a crappy life. His father made him have to deal with the Kyuubi on a daily basis. He'd have to worry about a demon escaping from you and killing everyone you love. Naruto's anger grew to a point that he began to draw from the Kyuubi's chakra. People began to notice the red chakra emanating from his body and slowly began to back off. The council members were beginning to rethink their new founding opinions on the boy. Jiraiya had been afraid of this reaction and was unsure what to do next. Sasuke was confused until he remembered a few things Naruto had said. He realized Naruto was pissed that his own father stole the Kyuubi inside of him. Sasuke could also understand that anger, that betrayal. He also grew uneasy, thinking about his own anger towards his brother and translating it to the chakra he was seeing. You're saying my father put a demon inside of me? Naruto screamed. You're saying my father put a demon inside of me? Naruto screamed in a voice not fully his own. How could he do that to his own son? Jiraiya knew what to do next. He moved towards the boy. Naruto, calm down. He had no choice on the matter. You were the only one who could handle the ceiling. He should have tried harder. I was his own son, damn it. A chakra tail began to slowly form behind him, getting everyone on guard. A few council members about to bolt out of the room. He couldn't do that. Minato was too nice and too good of a man to force on another the burden. He couldn't ask another man to do something that he himself wouldn't do. Jiraiya tried to explain. It doesn't matter. He was my father, damn it. He should have been there. The root of the problem began to come out. Besides simple anger at being chosen, he was feeling abandoned. Kakashi took a step forward. Calm down, Naruto. Naruto released a load of killer intent directly at his sensei, who didn't budge. Shut up, sensei! Where were you? You were a student. Why weren't you there for me? He turned his attention to his newest sensei. And you! He was your student! Where the fuck were you? Writing those damn pervy books! Both of them were taken aback at the accusation and both felt guilty. They both had excuses. Kakashi didn't realize it until they began training, and Jiraiya had to deal with his spy network. But they should have tried harder. They both knew. Naruto's anger began to stabilize the tail, and people were unsure of what to do, except for Sasuke. Sasuke, as confidently as he could make himself look, began to walk up to Naruto. Everyone in the room was surprised by this. And then it began to hope that the Uchiha hair wasn't on a death wish or something. Naruto began to eye his friend suspiciously as he walked up to him, fighting through the killer intent he was leaking. Eventually, he found himself standing before Naruto, and everyone in the room was shocked as Sasuke slowly balled up his right hand into a fist and punched the Kyuubi power Naruto in the face as hard as he could. Calm down, Dobi. Now isn't the time to get pissed off. Save it for later. Naruto slowly got up from the chakra still flowing, and walked back up to Sasuke. The punch didn't show due to his rapid regeneration, but there was a drop of blood coming from the corner of Naruto's mouth. And just as calmly, Naruto balled his Kyuubi chakra-covered hand into a ball and decked Sasuke, sending him flying into the arms of one of the Jonins. Everyone in the room was slowly backing to the edge of the room, accepting a fight. The Jonin Sasuke landed on pushed him off, forcing him to stand up. Sasuke had an obvious bruise around his eye, and even a slight scorch mark from the chakra. He walked back up to Naruto and just glared at him, inches away from his face. Naruto returned the glare, and slowly the chakra began to fade. First his tail vanished, leaving a cloak that was thinning, and slowly the chakra faded away until all that was left was was left were the red slit eyes. Then they too went. Naruto suddenly grabbed onto Sasuke for support, with Sasuke actually helping him to do so. Sasuke maneuvered Naruto back to his seat and unceremoniously dropped him into the chair. Naruto looked up with his blue eyes and flashed a grin. You went farther. Everyone in the room wanted to sweat drop at this surprisingly display. Even Kakashi and Danzo was surprised at how things went for his Hokage candidate, and couldn't help but compare it to him and Hiruzen. Sasuke gave him a smirk. Yeah, but I can still kick your ass. I would like to see you try. I would like to see you try. Jiraiya decided to break up this sizing up. Okay, you two, break it up. If you guys want to fight it out, wait until after this meeting. He was also glad this tower and room in particular had so many seals in it. The only people who would have felt that surge were in this room. Sasuke gave him a and walked back to his chair, while Naruto glared at his perverted sensei. Jiraiya felt the glare and sighed. Look, Naruto, I'm sorry. Look, Naruto, I'm sorry. He turned to look at him in the face. He saw the hurt and didn't like it. He was his godson. I screwed up. I'll admit it. Your dad, he made me your godfather, and I was supposed to watch you, but I didn't. I'm sorry, but to be fair, I had to help the village with my spy network. If it hadn't been for that, I would have been there for you. Jiraiya patted his back as the hurt turned into a genuine smile. It's okay. I understand. Arrow Godfather. Jiraiya decided to let that one slide since he was forgiving him. Kakashi came up to the plate next. Okay. Kakashi came up to the plate next. I would have raised you if I thought I could, but I don't think I'm exactly good father material, and I didn't know you were his son. Naruto was confused. How come you were his student? Koharu sighed. Naruto, at your birth, someone kidnapped you. Naruto's eyes bulged out. Since you were the Yandame's son, initial reports said you had died, and after your parents both passed away. We thought it was the best to keep saying that. Understand, your father and mother had enemies, and it was in your best interest that it be kept secret. We were going to tell you on your 18th birthday, or the day you made Joni, so you could be strong enough. I hope you forgive us. She motioned Hamira and Danzo to. She motioned to Hamira and Danzo. Naruto thought about it for a moment and sighed. I guess I understand. Doesn't mean I have to like it. He nearly began to pout when he looked at everybody in the room, especially the civilians who were still on edge. He nervously scratched the back of his head. Scratched the back of his head. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean for that to happen, but I just got a little mad. A little? Shut up, bastard! Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. I hope it doesn't stop you from voting me Hokage. He gave everyone a big grin. Donzo liked his ability to rebound from situations. It would provide useful for him. He turned his attention to the Uchiha with deciding the vote. It was actually a blessing that the Uchiha had come along, since a blessing that the Uchiha did had come along, since the 22 to 15 technically did not give 60% needed to vote one as Hokage. So no one could call it out later. He needed the Uchiha to vote for him. He hadn't realized it until Hatsuke sent the clone, but he was thankful Kaharu had gone by the book.
Come on, Commando. Let's fight again.
Okay, hold on, guys. Sorry. Gone by the book. Now the question was, would his Uchiha teammate vote for him? Hamura began to talk. How they vote does not matter, as they have already voted. We bring Uchiha here to be the decision maker on the subject. She turned to the what? Hamura? Kaharu. Kaharu's the guy. No, Kaharu. No, I swear, guys, I literally just.
Come back already. Thank you.
Bro, Hamura's the guy, bro.
Thanks for watching the video. Thanks again for watching this video.
Hamura began to talk. How they've He turned to the Uchiha. Currently, we have two candidates for the position of God Hokage. Your teammates, Uzumaki Naruto, and the leader of the Hyuga clan, Hyuga Hiyashi. The vote is currently 22 to 15, and your vote shall decide if we have a new Hokage or we go to Plan B for the spot. Sasuke soon had his elbows on the decks, his hands together, like he usually did when he was sitting. He looked into his joined hands and then to the other. What is Plan B? In the case of two candidates, it is a spar, no holds barred. Naruto audibly gulped. He wasn't dumb enough to think he could take on the Hyuga clan leader unless he used the Kyuubi big time, and he didn't want to risk losing control like how he almost did. Hayashi's mind was racing with all the possibilities of how to best continue, no matter how the vote went. Sasuke began to go into thought. Who has 22 and who has 15 votes? Who has 22 and who has 15 votes for them? Hamura went to speak, but the contender stepped in. No, it could it could dully influence him to vote one way or another, to purposefully vote one way or another. If it is to be honest, then he must not know. Sasuke gave a glance at the man. Why are you afraid? Think that you are so close to victory, your clan rival will spite the title away from you? Or is it you are so close you are, or is it you are so close to losing, your only hope is that I vote against my teammate? The Hyuga said nothing. The experienced blood enemy who can't even keep his family branch in check are the Dobi, son of a hero with lots of potential, but could theoretically kill us all. Who should I choose? Sasuke thought to himself. Naruto was his friend, wanted the position, and had heritage to back him up. However, the Hyuga was more experienced, less of a doby, and probably knew what he would be doing. The answer came down to this simple question. Who did he trust more? His mortal enemy or a demon container? I select Naruto. Naruto almost stopped breathing in shock. Sasuke picked him to be Hokage? Hamura spoke. It has been decided by vote. Hamura spoke. It has been decided by a vote of 23-15. Uzumaki Naruto has been selected to be the goddamn Hokage of Konohagakure. Boom. Well, that was chapter 2. Let's get into chapter 3. No.
Turn to your good side. Now we're getting somewhere. Hey, crew, we're gonna need some new car parts. This is a brake pedal. What does the brake pedal do? White shoes after Labor Day. Ew, stop. Exactly. I guess you will be needing this. This is the gas pedal. What does the gas pedal do? Boots from the 60s. Go, go. Yes. Lenny, I think you're ready for the next level. Remember what we practiced, Lenny. Go, go, boo. White shoe. Go, go, boo. Good side. He's doing it. He's doing it. Stupid chickens. Where is everybody? Ren, I'm still waiting on that pedicure. I'm not giving up the car keys that easily.
Okay, sorry guys.
You're gonna do great tomorrow.
Chapter 3. Naruto was ecstatic. He did it. He was Hokage. He wanted to hoop and holler. He wanted to scream into the heavens. He wanted to dance forever. He wanted to personally tell every villager that the demon was the Hokage. But it took every ounce of self-constraint to stop him from doing so. Every goddamn milligram Naruto knew from the old man, the Hokage couldn't act like that. So he just sat there, shaking silently in excitement, wearing a huge grin on his face. Dry looked suspiciously at Donzo, wondering his reaction. He was real happy for the kid. He got his dreams, but he didn't trust it one bit. He was sure everyone, even some of the civilians, saw this as a ploy for Donzo and the elders to have much more control than they did under the Sunday. But his logic had been sound enough to convince
I didn't think of that. We gotta get to the DMV.
had been sound enough to convince people in voting.
Maybe she passed.
No, she did not. She did, however, drive on the wrong side of the road, neglected to check her mirrors, and commented on the driving instructor's weight.
Well, that makes 14. Guess I'll have to drive a lawnmower forever. Look, Lenny, it wasn't your fault. Yes, it was. You worked so
Okay. But his logic had been sound enough to to convince people in voting for him. Heck, even he had against his best judgment, but it sure as hell was better than the Hyuga. He only wished better than the Hyuga. He only wished he could be on the council to stop this. Totally did, as I'm told. Sorry, guys. I'm just laying down real quick. Oof. Okay. Yes, much better, much better. Okay. Now, where was I? He only wished he could be on the council to help stop this, but he knew he couldn't stay in Konoha forever. He had to upkeep his network, and that went through, and that went throughout the lands. He wouldn't have to travel. If only he could get someone he trusted on the council to help keep Donzo and the other elders from calling the shots. Naruto did have the right to appoint new elder counselors. He was allowed 5. The Sandman just only used 3. Right then, Dry was stuck with inspiration. It was a long shot, but it was perfect. It was a perfect solution for Dry. If he could only go and convince Tsunade. This is definitely Tsunade. I want to see him see Tsunade. Tsunade!
It's fun to try something new. Life where storage is in short supply, and batteries run down and get charged up again. Washable, changeable, and guaranteed for life. Experience Sactions. Upstock showroom.
What if suddenly breaks
Okay.
were just the beginning?
It was a long shot, but it was perfect. But it was a perfect solution for Jiraiya. If only he could go and convince her, it would be for the best. It would be for the best. But then he stopped to think about it. He couldn't leave Naruto at that moment. He had just become Hokage. He was so skeptical to major influence by Donzo, and could ruin everything. If Donzo got his hands on Naruto, he might become little better than a figurehead root member. How could he protect Naruto now and long term? Dry began pondering how to best solve this conundrum. Conundrum.
Wait a minute. Is that? Oh no. Mom's expensive perfume, which can only mean one thing. Date night, which can only mean one other thing. Lori's in charge. Do as she says. Bye. No! She gets a sick thrill from bossing us around. In this house, we call her the queen of... No! No! No!
Okay, sorry guys. It's me, Dark Ombu. Dark Ombu. Yeah, you guys thought my voice changed. Oh, hold up. My voice actually did change for a second. Oh, what up? Okay.